Okay, here is the team to face Crystal Palace, and it is Alisson in goal, back four of Robertson, Van Dijk, Konate and Gomez, Alexander-Arnold at the base of midfield, Endo and McAllister ahead of him, Diaz on the left, Salah on the right, Nunez up front. So let's submit the team and go and give a team talk. Okay, well my assistant wants them to pick up where they left off last time, and while we are playing really well, I don't want to keep saying that, so I'm going to pump the fists. I'm going to say we've been on a good run, go out there and impress me, and let's get out into the tunnel. This always helps to be as prolific as you've been recently, right? Yeah, absolutely does. Goals win games. So, how important is a good performance today? Performances are always important. I will say we've had a good build-up. We look primed to perform. How hard have you found the recent fixture list? Don't pay much attention to it. We all play the same teams eventually. Okay, let's get into the action and see if we can keep this fabulous start to the season going. But at the moment it is Crystal Palace in possession and on the attack. Edouard down the left, Konate with the challenge, and it's a fair one. It's out for a throw-in, and the highlight comes to an end as Van Dijk wins the header, finds Robertson, back to Van Dijk, plays it into McAllister, back to Konate, McAllister into Salah, turns it around the corner for Nunez, Diaz back to Alexander-Arnold, Van Dijk into Endo, forward for Diaz, Alexander-Arnold to McAllister, into Salah, turns it round the corner for Darwin Nunez, and that's off the post via the goalkeeper for a corner. It's Robertson with the left-footed in-swinging corner, headed away, and Gueye clears over the halfway line, and the highlight comes to an end. So far, we've done okay, but we need a goal to reflect that, so let's demand more, and let's see if we can put some pressure on. Sam Johnston for Crystal Palace clears long, Lerma picks up the header, Gueye to Mitchell, into Odsonne-Edouard, plays it back to Lerma, Mitchell with the cross, the header is straight at Alisson and he saves comfortably, bowls it at Konate, onto Gomez, and the highlight comes to an end. And we've absolutely been in charge of the match, but we still have nothing to show for it yet. So let's see if we can demand more. We will be looking at changes at half time to see what we can do. We're only 24 minutes in so far. Van Dijk to Konate, on to McAllister, plays it back to Konate, who should have looked for a first time ball forward, plays it to McAllister again, who gives it straight back to Konate, into McAllister, square to Endo this time, out to the left for Robertson, and he cuts in field and hits a shot, and it's over the bar with his weaker right foot. So not the finish we were looking for. Diaz has taken a knock and is not going to see the first half out. Berrieze with the corner. The header from Anderson is in the back of the net, and it is Liverpool 0, Crystal Palace 1. So that represents the ideal opportunity to make a change. I'll bring on Gakpo on the left hand side, as Mateta comes forward but only finds Konate. Gomez to Alexander-Arnold, plays it to Robertson, into Diaz, round the corner for Robertson, cuts to the outside. Robertson finds Diaz, who plays it into the box, and Darwin Núñez is there with the finish to make it Liverpool 1, Crystal Palace 1. We've played 33 minutes. We're back on level terms. So let's see if we can take the lead before half time. Van Dijk to McAllister, on to Salah, who loses the ball, and Eze can counter for Crystal Palace, finds Matete, and Alisson makes the save, but Matete is offside anyway. Into the final 7 minutes of the first half. Alisson plays it short to Van Dijk, to Robertson on the left hand side. Infield is Endo, to Gakpo. Alexander-Arnold into McAllister, plays it to the right for Salah, who beats his man and tries to pick out a red shirt and can't. Endo picks up the loose ball, finds Robertson. Robertson gets the cross in, and the header from Gakpo is just over the top of the crossbar, and the highlight comes to an end. Palace on the attack again now. Eze with the ball in, falls to Edouard, and Edouard has scored. There is a query over offside. It's tight, and it's disallowed. It remains 1-1. So back Alisson with the free kick. Konate to McAllister, back to Konate. McAllister again to Konate. He finds Gomez. Konate to Endo. Konate again. He's seeing an awful lot of the ball at the moment. Alexander-Arnold back to Van Dijk. Alexander-Arnold to Endo. Forward for Gakpo this time. Into McAllister, who gives the ball away. We win it back straight away though. Salah plays it out to the left for Robertson. Forward to Gakpo, who beats the keeper at his near post. And it is Liverpool 2, Crystal Palace 1, 2 minutes before half time. So we have turned it around. And Ayew now with the throw in for Palace. Into Eze. Ayew again. Into Mateta. Pulls it back for Eze. It's deflected away. McAllister brings it clear. Finds Alexander-Arnold. And the highlight comes to an end. One more highlight before half-time. Eze's free kick. Headed up in the air. And Anderson is underneath it to volley it home and level the scores. It's Liverpool 2, Crystal Palace 2. And that is likely now to be the half-time score. Final highlight of the half. Edouard down the left-hand side. Plays it back to Eze. Crosses it in. And the header is straight at Alisson. He bowls it out to Konate. Highlight is continuing. Into Alexander-Arnold. Forward for Salah. And the highlight ends, but a new one starts immediately. Ayew for Crystal Palace. Gets to the byline. Pulls it back to Doucouré. Lerma to Tyrick Mitchell. Into Edouard. And Konate puts it behind for a corner. And we've got seconds left of first half stoppage time. Eze pulls it back to Gueye from the corner. Turns and is tackled. Robertson puts it out for a throw-in. And that should be that. But Robertson's free kick. Gakpo falls to McAllister, who shoots. And Sam Johnston makes the save. But we'll have a corner before the half-time whistle. Robertson In swinging corner, headed away. Robertson again. Plays it to Gakpo. And it falls to Johnston. And that is the half-time whistle. Liverpool 2. Crystal Palace 2. And let's go and have a word with the lads. And give them some words of advice. We'll tell them we're not happy. And we'll make some changes. So 1 down already. I want to make another 2. I'm going to take the nervous McAllister off and bring on Szoboszlai. We'll swap him and Endo around. And I will also take off Joe Gomez, who's performing poorly. So we'll put Alexander-Arnold to right back. Gomez can come off and be replaced by Harvey Elliott. And Wataru Endo can drop back into defensive midfield. And we'll try Harvey Elliott in the other position. No, they're better off that way round. So we'll swap them back. And that, at the moment, is going to be my changes to start the second half. We've got 2 left and 2 windows to use them in. So let's demand more. We're playing Crystal Palace. We should be able to beat these comfortably. Kanate into Salah. Loses the ball, but we win it straight back. Falls to Kanate, who plays it back to Alisson. Finds Van Dijk. Into Szoboszlai. Gakpo has a shot. And Johnston turns it behind for a corner. It will be Alexander-Arnold with the right-footed in swinger. Headed away. Salah to Alexander-Arnold. And he's offside, so the highlight comes to an end. Johnston with a free kick. Launches it forward. Szoboszlai wins it. Finds Gakpo. Plays it to Salah, who loses out to Edouard. Back to Gueye. Forward to Ayew for Crystal Palace. Slightly behind him, but he rescued it and found Richards, who comes forward, finds Ayew again. Plays it infield, but Van Dijk cuts it out. Szoboszlai to Elliott. Elliott drifts out to the left-hand side. And Elliott's cross is headed over by Darwin Núñez. And it will be a goal kick to Palace, but the highlight comes to an end. Ideally, we could do with taking Alexander-Arnold off if we can find a way to do it. I'll have a look in a minute at whether we can shuffle things around. As Crystal Palace are keeping possession at the moment. It's back with Johnston, who finds Gueye. Plays it forward to Edouard. Round the corner for Eze. On to Matete, who cuts in field. And it's saved by Alisson and out for a corner. Right, let's try and make the change. So we need a right back if we can find one. We don't really have one. I'll try Alexander-Arnold over there. And we'll bring on Tsimikas. In fact, let's try Tsimikas at right back. Andrew Robertson is a better left back, so I'll leave it that way round. And we still await the 5th goal of the match to give one side or the other the lead again. So, where is my final change going to fall? I'm thinking up front, possibly bring on Moukoko for the remaining 25 minutes. And hopefully he can have a positive impact. But it is Eze with a Crystal Palace corner. Right-footed outswinger. And it's gone deep. Headed up rather than away. And Alisson makes the save this time. But it will be another right-footed outswinger from Eze for Palace. And that's a deep one headed away. Van Dijk, but Doucouré picks up the loose ball this time. Finds Mitchell. Highlight comes to an end. And we've got less than 15 minutes left to try to find a way through. But more importantly, we mustn't concede. So I'm not going attacking yet. Gakpo's won it and shoots but can't keep it down. Right, now we'll go attacking. We're inside the last 9 or so minutes. And we'll hit them with a demand more as well. And hopefully we can find a way to goal. Harvey Elliott pulls it back for Salah. It's cleared. Van Dijk, but the highlight comes to an end. Will there be one more chance? Or are we going to drop points for the first time this season? Robertson with a throw in. Mokoku to Robertson. And it's cleared out of the area. Robertson to Endo. Soboslai into Elliott. Shoots. And it's saved. But we will get a corner out of it. So the highlight will continue. Soboslai with the right-footed in-swinger. And he's going near post. And the header clips the crossbar. And that should probably be the last chance of the match. Johnston with the goal kick. Edouard to Schlupp, who loses out. Salah comes away with it. Down the right hand side. Turns, plays it back to Konate. Konate down the right hand side for Salah, but he's way overhit that. And it's a goal kick. And that should be that. Johnston with the goal kick is just going to launch this downfield. And I'm fairly confident the ref will then blow his whistle. In fact, Johnston doesn't even take the goal kick. The whistle's gone. It's Liverpool 2, Crystal Palace 2. And I'll be back in a moment with the second match of the episode after we've played the Europa League game off camera. Okay, well, following a 4-0 win at home to Maccabi Haifa in the Europa League, it is now time for the second match of the episode. And it is a Premier League visit to the City Ground to play Nottingham Forest. Team for this one is Alisson in goal, back for Robertson, Van Dijk, Konate and Gomez. Alexander-Arnold at the base of midfield, Endo and McAllister ahead of him, Diaz on the left, Jota on the right, and Darwin Núñez up front. So let's submit the team and go and give a team talk. Okay, my assistant thinks we're favourites for a reason. Go out there, make sure they're left in no doubt as to why. I'm in complete agreement with him. So we'll pump the fists and go with that. And let's get out into the tunnel. Am I encouraged by what I've seen so far? Been largely good. Not exclusively, but largely. You're in much better form than Forest. Do you have to be wary of complacency? See nothing to suggest it yet. We always want to keep playing well and doing the best we can. And that is much easier after a good performance. So let's go out there and try and grab yet another win to put us back within touching distance of Arsenal at the top of the league, who as it stands are the only team left now with a 100% record. So Nottingham Forest in possession to start with. Nakate gives it away to Diogo Jota, plays it into Darwin Núñez. He gets it back to Gomez, finds Endo, and Wataru Endo has found the back of the net. So with 12 minutes gone, it's Nottingham Forest 0, Liverpool 1. And that's a good start. We need to make the most of the opportunity. We're up to second in the table as it stands. And we're on the attack again, but Forest have won it back. Gibbs-White to Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi into the area, crosses it, and Allison is there to block the shot. So it's a Forest corner. In-swinger from Morgan Gibbs-White. And it's headed up rather than away, which is something I'm a little concerned about. I think we need to maybe do some work on that. And the highlight comes to an end. So let's demand more. I want a second goal to try to put the game to bed as early as possible. But it's Forest who've come closer to scoring. And they've now got a corner after another header up in the air rather than away. Miranchuk's ball in, and Allison is able to gather. Highlight comes to an end. And at the moment, Forest ahead on XG but behind on the scoreboard. We've now got a corner. It's Trent Alexander-Arnold with the right-footed in-swinger to the near post. It's headed away. Diaz out to Diogo Jota, who shoots and finds the back of the net. That's Nottingham Forest 0, Liverpool 2. So 35 minutes gone, 2 goals to the good now, and looking pretty comfortable in this game at this point. So I think the half-time substitution is going to be McAllister and possibly Van Dijk, both of whom are beginning to tire. Hudson-Odoi plays it in, and we eventually smuggle it behind for a corner after it comes back off the goalkeeper. And it is Gibbs-White with the in-swinger, headed away. Back to Gibbs-White though, and Allison is out to claim the cross this time. Highlight comes to an end, and that is half time. Nottingham Forest 0, Liverpool 2. So let's get in the dressing room, praise the lads. I'll say going well, capable of even better. And let's make those 2 changes. So Virgil van Dijk for Joel Matip, and Diogo Jota. In fact, not Jota, we'll go Luis Diaz, and we'll bring on Cody Gakpo. And actually, I think what I'm going to do is change my mind on that. I'll move Darwin Nunez out to the left-hand side. I'll take Diaz off, but I'll bring Moukoko on instead. And I will make a third change. So I'll bring Ryan Gravenberch on for Alexis McAllister. We'll drop Gravenberch. In fact, let's try them that way round. It makes no difference, so I'll leave it like that. And we'll get out for the second half. And let's see if we can add to our 2 goals. Hopefully without reply from Forest. Danilo plays it forward, but Robertson wins it back. Drifts out to the left-hand side and pulls it back to Endo. Infield to Gravenberch, who has his first goal for Liverpool. It is Nottingham Forest 0, Liverpool 3. So fantastic start to the second half. And we are well in control of the game now. So my next substitution, I think, will be Alexander-Arnold. and we'll bring on Dominic Szoboszlai. I'll then drop Gravenberch back. So Gravenberch can go into defensive midfield. And then we've got one more substitution remaining. And we'll use that on whoever needs it towards the end. It's going to be Jota on the right hand side. He'll be replaced by Cody Gakpo, as Darwin Núñez is in but can't hit the target. And we're into the last 10 minutes. So we'll go attacking to see the game out, as we always do, pretty much. And we've got one more chance, probably. It's Gravenberch. Cuts in field. Plays it across to Gomez. Szoboszlai into Gakpo. Gakpo with the fourth goal for Liverpool. It is Nottingham Forest 0, Liverpool 4. And that absolutely puts the seal on it. And that should do it. And it does. Nottingham Forest 0, Liverpool 4, the final score. I'll be back in a moment to show you the Premier League table and to tell you what's coming up on the next episode. Okay, time now to take a look at the Premier League table, and as you can see, we're in second place with 5 wins and a draw from our opening 6 matches, behind Arsenal, who are the only team left with a 100% record now. So let's take a look at when we're going to come back, and I'm going to bring you back almost straight away. I'm going to show you Manchester United away in the Premier League. I'll then play Lask in the Europa League off camera, and I'll then show you the home match against Everton in the Premier League. So if you've enjoyed that, please leave a nice thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and goodbye.